Howdy folks, welcome to another video. How's it going? Today you join me on the floor. No, I haven't fallen over and hurt myself. Today I'm going to be stone chipping the sills. Ugh. And it's in a rather awkward position because there's a step here and I'm rather fat. Ugh. So today, like I say, I'm going to be masking up this area and repainting this with some Tetrasil stone chip. Now, first time using this particular brand, really good stuff. I've already done the other side and it's come out really good. So I'm going to quickly mask up this and then crack on with spraying. So got the masking tape. Try not to turn me back on you. So yeah, sorry about the back of my head. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. God, I'm too old for this. It's just running a line along this sill area. And following the natural groove. Like that. Right, that's all masked up. So next you want to grab the finest newspaper or anything to kind of stop overspray. So you can use the brown paper that you can get, or I tend to use a favourite of mine is newspaper. So, you know, if you haven't got to either rummage through the bin and find an old newspaper, something, anything will do. I didn't have any here, so I went out and bought the cheapest paper I could, the Daily Star. Yeah. Well, at least I'm put it to good use. Probably the best use for a newspaper. Spraying over the bloody stuff. Right, so you get your piece of paper, and if you happen to get bored whilst you're putting it on the car, you can always have a bit of a read, you know. So you want the paper to sit about, not too high, not too low. So you want to put it about there, because we'll put some tape and run all along the top. So break yourself off two little pieces, like so. And we just want to cover that real arch. So that looks about right. Stick one there and one there, and you get another piece of tape, and then you stick it on there, and then you go all the way along the bottom. Reason you do that is to stop any spray, because if you don't put tape all the way along the bottom to cover this, there's a risk of spray going up behind it and onto your nice shiny panel. And then you just kick yourself and you'd be like, oh, why didn't I bloody tape it along all the way? And you end up turning yourself into Victor Meldrew. I don't believe it. Yeah. Yeah. And there. Right. On to the next piece. So, like I say before, not as bendy as it used to be. Like that. Like that. Now you want to overlap the papers. You don't have to go miles, but it always helps. And as a precaution, just put a bit of tape between the joins, again just to stop that risk of spray kind of getting in behind it. You know, we're going to be spraying down here, but you know, it's always worth just putting that little bit extra more effort in to make sure, because if you get any of this spray on the panel, it's going to be an absolute bugger to get off. So yeah, join me in a sec when I've finished all this. Right, once you've got to this point, it's all taped up and everything's good and it's nice and secure, get your can of spray. And it says to obviously clean the surface. It's already cleaned. I've rubbed my hand over it, so that class is clean. Shake well for 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes. Right. So next, bloody hell, you want to crawl onto the floor. It's much better if you have a ramp or something like that to lift the front of the car up or the back, and can get better access, but I don't, so I'm going to have to suffer and lie on the floor. But let me just move the camera so we get a better shot of me giving it the old spray action. Right, well shaken, not stirred. Please don't sue me for a Bond reference. Right, here we go. And then you just want to do a light coating first, so a couple of passes. You want to make sure that you get underneath as well. And get all the areas. Don't put too much on because it will run. And then you just carry on doing that. Yeah. Now, to add, it's quite a warm day today. The sunshine was out. So I think it's about 20 degrees. So nice and warm. Now, if you happen to be doing this outside, it's not too bad, but I'd always advise wearing a mask because you don't want to inhale these fumes. Yet I smoke, so that lets me off kind of. But yeah, wear a mask, wear protection. Oh yeah. That looks rather good, if I must say so. Right. Let me hunt and grunt to try and get off the floor. Oh. Right, that's all done. Now it says about two hours to dry. So it's been about 10 minutes and yeah, that's dry enough. So it's time to rip off the old wrappers and see how good it's come out. You could save this and reuse it for another time, but it will go in the recycling bin. Right, here we go. Hopefully it doesn't peel the paint off the sill. Oh, I think there's a bit of loose paint, as you can see, but we can touch that in. And boom! It's done. Look at that. Looks almost professional like. Let me bring you in for a closer look. So there we go. It's all done. That's just my legs. All the way along. That looks rather smart, that does. Just helps tidy it up. It hasn't gone gloss black, it's kind of gone this satin, which I really kind of like. So yeah, so that's protected now for a good couple more years. So if you're unsure about it yourself, it's not that hard. You just need some tape, a generic newspaper, and depending on how big your car is and how big the sills are. I've still got, I've probably only used about a quarter of this can. So at some point I will get this car on some ramps and clean underneath and give that the old spray as well. Interesting, this car, when it was purchased new back in 1989, the first owner specified to have wax oil put on it. Wax oil, stone chip, same thing kind of, from new. And I do genuinely believe that has saved this car from the awful British weather. So yeah, that looks rather good. Let's go to the other side, because I haven't stripped that off yet, and reveal that. Right, here's the other side. Let's get let's take the old wrapper off, shall we? Yeet! Right, here goes. That looks all right, doesn't it? Now, just to show you that this car has had a repaint and not great. Paint has come off. Not a great deal. Clearly that when they sprayed this car, they didn't bloody noisy bikers. They didn't prep the paint that well, so yeah, not great, but you know, it looks good and it helps clean up and make it look a lot shinier and cleaner than the rubbish sills. So yeah, not bad. Right folks, that's the I'm going to call this video to the end. Just quickly before we go, show you the interior, give it a nice hoover out. Needs a bit of a hoover because I've been getting in and out, but the dash has all been cleaned. The door cards, they look fantastic. I would like to dye these back a bit to that colour, but nah, it'll do. It shows it patina, but it's looking rather good. I'll just start her up for you folks. Oh no, I've disconnected the battery. Oh, I won't start it. So, but anyway, yeah, like I say, I'll leave the video there as the ambulance goes past. Deep joys. Yeah, she is looking good. So right folks, that's it for this video. Hope you've learned something or just a bit of entertainment, just to show you that it is really easy to do sills, to wax all them. Like I say, all you need is some masking tape or some tape, some spray and some newspaper that you don't really care about, and like I say, you can read if you get bored whilst you're waiting it for dry. So if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it's up to you. Like and subscribe, and I will see you folks on another video. Until then, tidy bar.